Welcome to video number 11 and some broken promises. I believe during my last video I made mention that I was going to do some stuff off screen. That is, between that video and this video. The attempt to do that ended up as a failure. I wanted to go on a little bit of a robbing spree, do some theft, and make some money so I could buy some skills up and expedite this Let's Play series. That's in part because I got some friends that are really wanting me to get around to other games, even though they're liking this one, they want others. So I went to Reddit to try and find a solution for one of my problems. That problem was that when I went to go on my shopping spree, I had a chameleon ring, rather high-end chameleon ring. I won't lie, I cheated to get it. It wasn't legitimately earned. My character does not have it right now because I never bothered to save because of this problem I ran into. While using this high-end chameleon ring that was gotten illegitimately and is way too powerful for my character to legitimately have gotten, I was trying to do some theft, which included lockpicking doors to get into people's houses. While I was doing that, I was being spotted. While I'm sitting there with 100% chameleon and sneaking and picking the lock on a door, I ended up getting a 5 gold bounty. Nobody was nearby. But when I go to look over, I see a guard staring at me from like 30 or 40 feet away. Just staring right at me. Full eye contact and everything. He didn't run over to arrest me, but I got a 5 gold bounty, which was irritating, but I played through. I went and emptied the house and went and emptied the next house. And then I went to the shop to sell off my ill-gotten goods. And on my way out, I hear the guard yell their usual taunt when they begin their attempt to arrest you. Now, I figure maybe a creature got into town, or some villager had done something wrong. But when I looked over towards the voice, I seen a guard running past a dead body, past 2 other guards, past another dead body, to come and arrest me for my 5 gold bounty. Like, seriously, that's just stupid. Now, I know Morrowind happens to be one of those transitional games, and probably is the transitional game that goes from old era RPGs, where the player is expected to know and do things and actually solve the problems in their head as well as in game, to the modern area of RPG where there's almost no thinking involved and you just have to go and follow the breadcrumbs and the game will play itself. You just have to follow along. Now, I'm not saying Morrowind is like that, but I'm saying most modern RPGs are. And Morrowind is the game that began the transition from the old difficult RPGs to the modern, more easy, and in many cases more immersive RPGs. So, this little rant is coming to the point where I went to Reddit and tried to find a mod in the past week that would remove this telepathic guard crap where guards could detect things that they had no business seeing. Aside from the trolling garbage where somebody says, "get good," is the means of fixing this bug, I also got a couple PMs and a couple mod suggestions. One mod suggestion does nothing to actually fix this problem, but what it does is it splits the different major cities and minor villages into smaller regions so that when you get a bounty in one, it doesn't carry over to the other unless your bounty gets above like 5,000 gold, which is actually standard feature in Skyrim. I don't know if this mod was made before or after Skyrim, but it's a standard feature in Skyrim. The other mod suggestion I got as a means of making money is this one I'm about to show you here. It's called Antares Big Mod, and what it does is it lets you train members of a guild that are lower ranked.
Is there something I can do for you?
So you saw just a moment ago I went and got my advancement in the Mages Guild. So now when I talk to this individual a second time, it activates the mod. Apprentice Keltar, from now on you can teach spells and teach disciplines to the lower ranking members of the Mages Guild and be paid for it. You may also reward them for their efforts for the Mages Guild. Your journal has been updated. So now I have access to these new features. Now, I noticed another meta problem with this plugin, Now, it fixes one big meta problem where as you advance up the guild, it really doesn't mean shit. Sure, it gives you access to bigger or more advanced quests, but really, you're doing a quest in order to earn the right to an advancement that grants you the right to do another quest. So
There
yeah,
is much
it's a
to
little bit of
discuss,
something,
much to
but
learn.
the ranks really mean nothing aside from that. There's a couple NPCs in each guild where you can only receive training from them once you get a certain rank. But still, it's so dismal that even when you're second highest in the guild, you have no authority at all. But this mod fixes that. I can now teach her disciplines, or I can teach her spells. Now the problem with this mod is, okay, let's say I want to teach her Calm Creature. Okay, it's going to let me do that, right? She already knows that spell. Anyway, it was going to let me do that. Now I come over to the other person that
I see
is
you.
lower ranked than me,
Hello.
and
Go ahead.
I go to
and
teach
listen,
her a
friend.
spell. Teach spells. See. Okay, so she's going to let me teach her a spell. Now, they're both willing to let me teach them a spell. However, when I teach one of them a spell successfully, yeah, she's already got that one. So, Calm Humanoid. I just got 130 gold. 1 hour of time has passed. I taught her a spell. Now I come over to this one, who just
There is
a
much
few
to
seconds ago was
discuss,
fully willing to
much
let me
to
teach her a
learn.
spell. She doesn't have the money for it. So this mod, through a meta asset, means that once I teach her a spell, her money's expended. She can't afford it. But if I had taught her the spell, then her money's expended. She can't afford it. So what this is doing is it's actually restricting me from earning money too quickly by saying I can only train somebody once a day. And once I train that one person, that's all the training I can do. Even though both of them wanted a spell, as soon as I taught one, the other said no.
I greet you as a friend.
So while I do like this mod, it does add a whole new level of something to the game and adds another chunk of immersion. Now you see, I taught them both the same spell successfully, so it's not like they share a spell book. It's just they share that pool of one spell a day or one training a day. So yeah, this mod, I'm keeping it. I like it. It adds more immersion to pretty much all the guilds, but it's got that another meta feature that's restricting its use. I understand that if this was an MMO or a multiplayer game, then it would be completely unfair if I could go to every single person in the guild and teach them all one thing and then go rest 24 hours and then go teach them all one more thing. But it's a single player game.
I'm listening.
All this feature's really doing is making me run from her to a bed, rest for 24 hours, and come back and do it all again.
Friend?
Now, I already taught her both of the calm spells. I've already taught her. Paralyze. Now, yeah, she paid 100 gold for that one. Another hour's passed.
I'm listening, please.
So-
Go ahead.
Really, the plugin isn't changing the way somebody might play. I can still just run back and forth to her,
I suppose I
keep
have a
training
name.
her.
What
She's
is
got
it?
all the spells I know how to teach. So now I teach her discipline. She's an alchemy master, so I shouldn't be able to teach her that. Illusion. So I got 96 gold for raising her illusion from
Speak
15 to
freely.
16. So that whole thing about them having a shared pool is just an inconvenience that's making me running back and forth to a bed. It's not really
Speak
improving
freely.
the gameplay or restricting power leveling. It's just making it tedious. So there's 108 gold.
I'm
So
listening, please. Go ahead.
I'm going
see
to put a
you.
link to this mod
Hello.
in the description below. And I don't know if the author is active anymore. if they are, or I'm gonna attempt to find out if they are, and I'm gonna make comment to them to see if they can fix this. What I believe is a stupid feature, but I'm not holding hope. Morrowind is what, 13 years old now. I want to say that it came out in like 2002, 2003. I might be wrong, but the game is still surprisingly active. If you go to the subreddit for Morrowind, it's actually got more features or more active members than some modern games. Like, it's on par with like Borderlands 2. And so it's surprisingly active. Let's see. Take it, put it in upstairs. Okay.
May I help you?
So I just took a quest to go
I see
deposit a fake soul gem.
Hello.
Maybe there's a chance that this plug-in will,
How do you do?
mod will get fixed, but holding breath is probably not a good thing at this point. I think I may have just screwed up. She may not buy lesser soul gems from me anymore because of that. That's another thing that's screwed up with Morrowind. If you steal something from somebody, anytime you try to sell an item like that to them ever again, they'll refuse it. So if
How may I help you?
it may mark all lesser soul gems as stolen from
Go
her
ahead.
for the rest of the game.
The Argonian speaks.
Okay, so fake soul gem has been deposited. So that's a quest out of the way, and a pretty nice mod review. I really didn't mean to make it a mod review, but it was just such an interesting thing. So because of my internet and my poor upload speed, I'm gonna end up cutting this video off here, and I'm pretty sure this is probably one of my videos that's going to get a little more attention because I'm actually talking more. So I'm going to save here and bid you all to have fun.